give my thanks to our fans. Our fans they're the best in the NBA, and they definitely showed up today. And obviously we wish we were still playing, but this is part of the sport. We'll be better from this experience going forward. Our guys are definitely hurting right now, which obviously they should be. But I got a lot of gratitude for every man in that locker room, not just the players, but the medical performance staff, the coaching staff, and everybody else in the front office. The organization was terrific this year. And, again, you wish you could have gotten more, especially for the city and for the fans. But nobody in our organization should be dropping their heads right now. The reality of it is they showed their experience. They absolutely kicked our behind on the glass. I mean, Kevon Looney was unbelievable. I mean, he was unbelievable. To have 10 offensive rebounds, you got to give him credit. Even Wiggs with 4 offensive rebounds. They had 13 offense, and we talked about it too. We said, hey, the third quarter is their quarter. We got to make sure that we buckle down and we go get it. And they had 13 offensive rebounds in that third quarter alone. And it's going to be hard to win, obviously, if you give up 18 offensive rebounds for 24 second chance points. And then on top of that, we were 16 for 27 from the free throw line. We didn't knock down free throws when we had an opportunity. So when you lose the battle the way we did in those two areas, it's going to be tough, especially when you have a guy like Steph Curry on the on your opponent's team. Steph was elite. He did what he was supposed to do. He put these guys on his back and he said, "We're not losing tonight, and I'm going to make sure that happens." So you give Steph a ton of credit for doing exactly what he was supposed to do. Heck of a performance by him.
Coach Brendan Nunez, Kings Herald. You've been around Steph a lot. Where does this fall into the performances that you've seen from him? And then from your guys' perspective, what do you feel like you could have done better to slow him down?
We blitzed him, and when we blitzed him, he got off of it, and they hit the pocket and hurt us in the pocket. I guess we could have double teamed him more and allowed him to somebody else to get dunks or whatever like they did early on. But a guy like that, you hope that he misses some shots. I still think we could have withstood his barrage if we would have made free throws and boxed out. He's an elite player. A guy like that is going to try to win the game for him, but you can't have Loon get 10 offensive rebounds and then us miss 11 free throws. If you look at everybody else, again, you can usually withstand one guy having a big game. And if you look at everybody else, Clay was 4 for 19, Wiggs was 5 for 16. Jordan Poole was 3 for 9. They shot 43% from the field. They shot 32% from the three-point line. We just got our behinds kicked on the glass and missed free throws.
Mike, James Ham, ESPN 1320. This might not be the experience you guys wanted, but it's probably the experience you needed. Just how excited are you to take a little bit of a break here, but then get right back to the grind with this team and try to build something long term?
No, I told you I'm excited about this team. I got a lot of gratitude for everybody in that locker room. I think we obviously have a chance to really, really be good in the future. This obviously stings. It's going to sting for a while. It should. It's supposed to sting. And hopefully we'll be able to use this and remember what this feels like so that when we get going this summer, we can crank it up a notch so we don't feel this sting again next year.
Coach Brown, Tony Harvey, NBC Sports Radio. Of course, there's a lot of talk coming in, about the Warriors' record in a regular season and then that maybe they don't have the legs. But it appears that Steve Kerr, now that he has a healthy squad, he know how to prepare for these type of games. Can you comment on him and his preparation and him going forward, into the next series with the Lakers?
Yeah, I mean, he's a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, he's got 4 or 5 titles as a head coach, maybe 6, I don't even know, and he's got $1 million as a player, and so he's the best of the best. And he did a heck of a job throughout this entire series. I wish them nothing but the best. Obviously, if we can't win it, we hope that I hope that they win it because of my bond with Steve and some of those guys. So he's a hell of a coach.
Mike, that first half, you guys, you were playing with great pace, winning the rebounding battle and the possession game, stuff like that. And I'm wondering, second half, what the offensive rebounding for them, did you guys kind of let them off the hook a little bit? Did that prevent you from continuing to dictate pace as much as you wanted?
100%. When they offensive rebound the way they did, they had 13 in that third quarter. Not only does it stop us from getting out running, but it also takes the air out of you. It takes the air out of you, and it gives them confidence. And so every offensive rebound that they got, their confidence just kept rising. And it started to, in my opinion, creep doubt in what we were trying to do because we couldn't control the boards.
Mike, you've talked a lot about things that you can live with, especially like missing good shots and stuff like that over the course of the series. I'm curious if losing because of the offensive rebounds or that having a big part, is that something that's going to be on your mind a lot over the summer, or can you just put water under the bridge?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, again, we can't give up 18 offensive rebounds. To me, that's something that we can control. Also, shooting 59% from the free throw line in a game like this, in my opinion, as good as shooters as we have, that's something we can control. So those two things, at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt, and that's what I'm gonna look back more than anything else, wishing and hoping we did a better job in, because, like I said, if we would have, it's my personal opinion, even with Steph having the game he had, I thought we would have been great.
Coach Mark Haynes with the Sac Observer. Being that you spent so much time with Steve Kerr and the Warriors, did you kind of throughout the season use a lot of, memories and moments you had with them to kind of give examples to your current team?
Yeah, I mean, they're not just those guys. I mean, I've been with some great coaches from Bernie Bickerstaff to Tim Gergovich, Rick Carlisle, Greg Popovich, and so I've been around a lot of great coaches and been in a lot of great situations, and so you always try to lean on your experiences that you've been through with other guys and in other situations to help your team grow, especially when we haven't been in it together as a unit. So it took a lot from Steve because I was with him these past 6 years, but there are other guys too that I leaned on in my experiences that I leaned on to share with the team.
Mike, you may have already answered this in terms of, the thing that might haunt you most from Game 7. Is that the biggest takeaway of the series as you take into the offseason that's going to just stick with you the most?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the games that they won big, I mean, Loon was a monster. It was a Game 3. Loon had 21. Tonight he has 21 rebounds, and again, those are definitely controllable in my opinion. He's a fantastic rebounder, but we need to do a better job with him. And then, like I said, tonight in particular, the free throws, to shoot 59% from the free throw line, that's bothersome, or that hurts, however you want to call it, because I know we're a better free throw shooting team than what we displayed tonight.
I know you had expectations on what Fox could be on a playoff stage, but, through his first playoff series, just what did you see from him and as you look forward with him?
Fox was great. He struggled tonight, obviously, but he was fantastic. He never, he always seemed in the moment. You can, when you have a guy that has a chance to be special, you can feel it. And I felt it from him throughout the whole playoff series. And, I'm excited to be working with him going forward because he's going to do a lot for this city, for this organization in terms of helping us try to fight for that championship we're so desperately trying to get.
Coach, you talked about fans a little bit, but how cool was that to see, even when the game seemingly was already decided and the benches were cleared, fans stayed and they gave the team a standing ovation through the final buzzer?
I'm telling you, man, these are best fans in the NBA. They are absolutely freaking phenomenal. And I wouldn't want to be around any other fans with the way these guys are. We owe them so much gratitude and appreciation that words can't even describe it. And, a lot of times you always say, hey, we're going to do this, for ourselves. It's us in the locker room. But, man, when you have fans like this, you want to include them in what you're playing for. You want to do something special for them because they absolutely deserve it with their passion and their energy that they bring, not just to the games, but when walking around town, pre-game, post-game. I'm touched by our fans. They're freaking phenomenal. Thank you, guys.